In this video, I was able to craft the legendary Chrono sword, which allows you to manipulate time. Now, I know a bunch of YouTubers have already milked this enough, but I'm not. I wasn't YouTubing when it got added, so I finally managed to get a game that was actually good with it. So enjoy. Of course, we must go straight into the game, and honestly, I always just run in. It's my favorite strat. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, of course I get lucky. I always get lucky at mid if I turn it into a video. But I'm able to get a sword and 2 chests. Not one, I know, it's crazy. And Rad the goat here tries running at the very end, but doesn't work. And I thought they were just allowing me to kill them because they wanted to respawn, but apparently they wanted to run, and I left them. Now, the happy one actually does craft something in the future. Just wait and see what that is. You'll see in a bit. But luckily, the other guy with the stone sword from the very beginning managed to just knock him right back to me and allowed me to get the kill, which is kind of what I was hoping for. But yeah, I get this guy low and he just runs. He ate ahead, so there's really no point in the end running him down. I won't catch him. But luckily, I find this guy! Wow! And I absolutely am messing up all my hits. Now, I think this is my first game on, actually, so I'm a bit rusty. You know, that's okay. I get my 4th kill, and now I just have to go through the treacherous mining phase. But luckily for you guys, you don't have to do that. You guys just get to skip through. So lucky. Of course, I rush enchants. I love rushing enchants, especially if I get the diamonds. It's just such a good rush. And I find Killer Zark, sorry. And I already knew from the pregame that they were laggy. And pretty easily able to kill them though. Just crit spam if you're fighting someone laggy. There's no other point. It's just gonna drain you more than it needs to be. And allows me to get my 2nd cap. And I find Easter Orange here, who dies with everything for Chrono Sword. And I mean everything. I guess they just had to go and decided not to craft it. They also have a trident. They have everything I would ever need in the entire world. So I craft my clock, and someone starts bowing me, of course. So I stop. I don't want to get bow stabbed. Would that be it? Bow stabbed? Back bow stabbed? I don't know. Anyway, I craft my chrono, and the other guy runs off into the distance, never to be seen again. I say never to be seen again. You do see them again, you will. Later. Of course it's later. I don't know what I was saying that for. Anyway, I find this fight, and you'll see in a second, I don't know where this guy came from. He just starts backstabbing me, and I'm able to get my chrono and just get a bunch of free hits on them. This is why chrono is just so good. And look, like 3/4 of my health I'm back up to. So I eat an avaricious head, and this guy's chasing me behind me, but they branch off and go for the other guys, which is probably what I would have done too, so no point really chasing. And then I go for discos here. I was actually going for them for a bit earlier, and the most unlucky pearl ever. Like, it was actually so annoying. And I'm able to hit them once here, and then try and trident, I believe, and then of course they jump into a hole. Why wouldn't they? But they're building out of wood, and little did they know they're not getting away. So I quickly kill them. I see the pants went up, so / leggings, I don't know where you're from. So I just quickly run up and get them, and luckily they have another chestplate that's unenchanted and not projectile protection, so that's always good. I enchant it to prot 1 and go in for this guy. I was fighting a bit earlier. It's the guy who jumped me in the cave opening thing, and he just pulls and drinks some sort of pot, so I leave him. Especially, there was just a kill. This was the guy who was kind of chasing me earlier, but I activate my chrono. They are evidently quite new to the game. They don't actually know that the chrono was activated. Don't think they knew exactly what chrono did, so I'm back to full from half health, and he's on 8, still going in. I found this guy suspicious because they were very good about, but they're also quite laggy, which is a bit strange. To be fair, they didn't know much about the game though, so probably not an ult or anything. You know, pros and cons to see what's happening. And I'm able to craft more healing, I believe. Don't fully remember every game I play, I'm sorry. But this guy again, by this time I'm full diamond with a sharpness 2 sword, so if that guy decides to be annoying and bomb me away, I can be annoying and just cool down. Wait for my cooldown a little bit. And that's until I see this red hitbox in the distance, who I eventually see, right around now, that they have Magma Club. So I'm assuming this guy's going to branch off, and he does, and that's really good, as I'm just going to come in and backstab them. I don't think they died with any healing. Yes, they did die. I finally got them. As you can see, that was a pretty easy, nice kill. You'll see in a second, there's this other thing that just happens, which I'm so confused about. He comes back in. I don't know why. Like, you could have escaped so easily. I wasn't even trying to get you there, but I think they were evidently a new player, so... And craft up harpoon launcher, as there was everything else I needed for it. Yes, I also made a... what do you call it? A loyalty trident, which was a bit annoying at the start of it, but, you know, it's fine. So now I'm up to 3 legendaries, pretty good, and also you'll see I don't actually eat any of these heads, I'm pretty sure, or G heads. I don't eat a single one throughout this game. I don't think. You'll have to count that though. Verify. I don't think I would have accidentally cut it out. I don't know if I left the guy's stuff on the floor and then Chunksania just picked it up, because they're the exact same pieces. But, you know, that's possible. Oh wait, no, I saw, okay, I enchant right in that scene actually. Yeah. Anyway, after a long time of chasing, this guy finally just turns around. Sadly, I do not have my Chrono back, so I waste a bunch of health on this, but in the end it's actually completely worth it because they die with 2 gaps. Plus books, so I'm able to get better stuff if I really wanted to. Which is a bit annoying considering the fact that they had no levels. But it's okay. They have a better chess play, I believe. Or maybe I have a prop 2 at this point. One or the other. This guy killed Tioken Slash, who I was kind of scared of, because they're actually a quite good player, and I don't know how he died to this guy. He has an axe, but I don't actually know what it was. I might show it because I don't remember. I don't think they ever pull out a sword, I'll tell you that much. And Darnok has decided that it is rage baiting me, which is funny because I wasn't even reading the messages, but you know, that's kind of funny to rage bait sometimes. It's also always great. Yeah, I honestly didn't realize this, that you can't actually harpoon in DM now until the very last, which nerfs it a bit, but when you get a good harpoon like that, it actually doesn't matter too much, so, you know, pros and cons, you can still basically do it anyway. At least there isn't a glitch where you could just end the hull to mid, like, way before. Now you can see that this guy made a massive mistake, but gets away without getting hit, and Shadowblade's hit 2 hit, dies with 15 heads. I don't know what was going on there, so. I don't know how I ended up with so many heads though, sorry, not as many heads as I thought I would have. But you can see that does a lot of damage, like 2 hearts or something, against a full P2 diamond player. So, this was the worst harpoon in my life. Oh, it's so annoying that I did that. But in the end, it doesn't matter, of course. I'm able to get this guy in a sticky situation here, and I think make them G-head eventually, so that's always good. Another horrible harpoon launcher. I don't know what I was doing today. But you can't blame me, it was my first game on, alright? I wasn't thinking that much. And I should have pressured them more, but I could have done the exact same moves and maybe even dropped them there, but I say Buttermore, don't I? Anyway, I don't actually get Shadow Blade. This might honestly be one of my first games ever getting Shadow Blade. So, that's pretty nice. And he still runs for another 10 years, by the way, before this little ending. It ends here. And that's the win. Very nice. And accidentally throw out the head. I do not want to do that. You'll see why in a second. I make a beautiful pillar that is totally amazing. With 2 G heads on top. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and it was quite fun to make actually. It was one of the best games I've actually had, as I don't think I used a single G head or head. So that was pretty fun. I've also been trying a lot of new editing techniques. I have a lot more time to edit this than some other ones. So, hope you guys enjoy.